All-Star Weekend has come and gone, and I can say that it was better. All things considered, this was a good All-Star Weekend. There were obvious lowlights like the dunk contest, but overall, it was a pretty good All-Star Weekend, especially compared to the previous ones. So let's start with the celebrity game. I have a confession. I have never watched a celebrity game in my life, ever. In my 9 years of watching the NBA, I have just never really cared for it. With that being said, I had absolutely nothing to do on Friday, so I decided to tune in. And one thing I was confused about was the selection of the celebrities. Some of the selections just didn't really make sense. The ones like Shams are funny for the trolls, but why don't we invite real, actual basketball influencers to play? I also feel like the NBA makes an effort to have all of these influencers and celebrities and other people invited to the All-Star Weekend, but a lot of them end up not playing in the game. Are they just there for like appearances? There's no reason that Taco Fall should be playing in the Celebrity All-Star Game and Jared McCain should be in the Celebrity All-Star Game 3-point contest when you have so many big name people coming out for All-Star Weekend. It's in Los Angeles. The game itself wasn't very entertaining either, I'm gonna be honest. It's just really low level basketball, but of course it is. They aren't real basketball players, so I won't hold that against the NBA. But altogether, I do think it's a good event. It's funny, and that's about it. But it is funny. I'm also not expecting much out of the Celebrity All-Star Game anyways, so it's whatever. As for the Rising Stars game, I couldn't watch it. I don't have Peacock, so there was no way for me to watch because I do not illegally stream the NBA. That is wrong, and I'd never do something so immoral as to not support the official product. However, I do think that does open up a conversation about how much it costs to consume the NBA today. I had to miss out on watching the Rising Stars game, something I really wanted to watch, and one of the best parts of All-Star Weekend, because I had to have a whole different streaming service to stream it. It's a conversation for another time, and I've talked about it before on my channel in other videos, but I do think that the NBA is very expensive, dare I say, too expensive to consume right now, especially if you're a true fan of basketball in the association, and I think that's a disservice to the fans. Moving on though, I did watch the highlights, and it does suck that we couldn't see Flag play in his first Rising Stars game, but there's always next year. Moving on to Saturday, there was a 3-point contest, and the 3-point contest is always a blast to me personally. If you actually have a good roster out there for the contest, the league's best shooters out there competing for the trophy, it's really entertaining. Khan started off hot, Booker came in hot, Dame came in hot. It was entertaining all around. And for Dame to win it, I mean, come on. That's a great story to not play all season, coming off of a torn Achilles, and still going out there and winning a 3-point contest. This also makes it his third time winning a 3-point contest, putting him in the elite company of Larry Bird and Craig Hodges, as the only people to win 3 different 3-point contests. I also love seeing Dame succeed. I used to hate Dame for that game winner he hit on the Rockets back in the day, but I love Dame. He also dropped 70 on us, but I still love Dame. Then there was this thing called the Shooting Stars event. It was cool, I guess. No, it wasn't. To no one's surprise, the dunk contest was once again awful this year. I'm sure you've already seen all of the clips, and I don't even know if I can show them because of copyright, but they do speak for themselves. The dunk contest was just ass once again, and I don't know what can save it. I think its time might just be up. I don't think there's anyone you can invite or anything like that anymore. The stars aren't gonna do it, and I think we have to accept that now. And these guys doing it, they can't do flashy cool dunks. I think we should do away with the dunk contest. I think it has no point in being here except for tradition. But if you really do want to keep the dunk contest interesting, I think you completely eliminate NBA players from doing it, and you invite professional dunkers. You have to invite people that practice those flashy dunks and can put on a real show for the fans. I know I would love to see that, and it could mean so much for their careers if they come out to All-Star Weekend, especially in a city like Los Angeles. So me personally, that's what I would do to fix the dunk contest. And that brings me to All-Star Sunday. Amazing All-Star Sunday this year. USA versus World. It was a great game. Victor came out and set the tone immediately, and honestly, you could tell he really wanted to win. I know it's funny now because Team World ended up not winning a single game, but who knows how they would have played had Wemby not came out and played hard and played his game from the first tip. Kawhi Leonard put up an amazing performance in, I want to say, Game 3, which is kind of scary knowing him and his injury history, but I love that everyone came out and came to play and put on an amazing show for the fans. And I'm so glad it reflected in the ratings because that's what's gonna incentivize the NBA to keep going and making the All-Star game fun. And shout out to Ant for winning too. I've seen a lot of people talk about how the world still hasn't caught up to the USA, and that was proven on Sunday, but you have to consider the fact that Shea didn't play, Giannis didn't play, and Jokic and Luka played really low minutes. So those are the 4 best international players in the NBA not really playing. Now, I'm not saying the rest of the world has caught up to the USA, because in all honesty, I don't think it has just yet. They're really close, but not yet. But to use the All-Star game as your argument is pretty dumb to me. Anyways, let me know what y'all think. Let me know how you felt about the All-Star weekend. What events did you like? What events did you not like? And how could we change those events to make them better? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Let's start a conversation down there. Follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter. Those are in the description below. Stream the music. That would mean a lot to me. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
She wanna help and it's really wild. That nigga man know we wanna be somebody. She tryna go, she fuck with a nobody. Baby, I'm tryna get to know your body. Your body, hell what I'm saying. If I hit it once, I won't do it again. She melodac fucking all of her friends. Shawty, you know that it's cool as revenge. She fucking with cool. The chopper gon' touch him with dude. That's type in my band, that back before I knew. Mommy so bad, she gon' work up at Hooters. Big ass crib and I'm paying a move. This is like 40, I'm fucking a cool. I done get down and I know that it's too. The fuck on my crib, bitch, the fuck is you doing? The fuck is you doing, Shawty? You gotta get out of the way. You're not my girl inside it, you gotta know